This is Dan. Dan is a local hero of sorts here in town. To many he is known as Pennyman Dan. We'll spend today getting to know Dan and find the root of Dan's love for pennies.
You know, you can train your eyes. It's the glint of copper. It's quite distinctive if you know how to look. You saw that. I saw that penny back in the puddle. That penny hasn't been there very long.
How did you tell?
Because of the amount of sedimentation that occurred. It was still near the top. See, people throw pennies away, and that's why I'm here.
What made you decide to start collecting pennies?
Well, there's many reasons. Everybody has to have a hobby. I found out about collecting from a lot of people in school and stuff like that. But it's become more than just collecting for me. I earn money from this. People throw a lot of pennies away. I just like the penny. Some of the other coins, they're not as delicate. They're not too delicate. Pennies are where it's at. It's not a simple thing, A lot of people think that a penny is just, a worthless little coin. But I'm here to tell you, I got proof. It adds up. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. So, how much money do you figure you make doing this?
I'm continually cashing in my coins. I figure if this is gonna make me rich. I'm out all the time looking around. People discard on the average 4 cents a day. I figured the streets, public areas is where this happens. And 130,000 people in Eugene area, 64 square miles. I can cover, I don't know, 10 miles a day. Both sides. Oh! And so I think I make, a penny saved is a penny earned. Every little big house, Industry is what this country was founded on. My industriousness of finding pennies. It won't make me rich, but over the long term, we're talking some money here. I probably can get a couple $5 a day. It's not even a hobby, but I know it's a little bit more serious for me than that. So I think I'm going to do quite well.
And I've heard that you like to talk to people about.
Yeah. I think I can share. If other people get enthused and can do the penny thing, I show I got a brochure. It's got some facts. Average penny is 2.8 grams, and so a pound of penny is like $1.60, $1.70, something like that.
Wow. You do this rain or shine?
Yes, I do. It's a source of pride for me. And I enjoy it. I'm out in the air and breathing the fresh air and the sunshine. Oh, and it's easy. Look at that! Look at that! Oh, copper penny. It's a beautiful color. And I just like it. Hey, hi. My name's Dan. I've got a thing going on. I'm into pennies. I collect pennies, and you might like to too. There's a lot of useful information in here. Perhaps you'd share my interest in this. Every penny weighs 2.8 grams, and a pound of pennies equals $1.62. And if things get tight, on money, you might be able to use these skills of collecting pennies and to increase your livelihood. And do you think you might be interested in collecting pennies?
Here.
Oh gosh, thank you. See, I made a connection. People are into my enthusiasm, and it's infectious.
How many brochures do you give out on average?
Maybe 15 a day, and I don't know if anybody's picking up my hobby because pennies are not getting any scarcer. I'm still finding them everywhere. It's fun, and it's profitable. I'm gonna use this money. It's money, and a penny saved is a penny earned. But a penny found is like manna from heaven.
We followed Dan a little bit longer, and as the film crew took its meal break, Dan scoured the parking lot of a local fast food restaurant for pennies. When our crew returned, Dan agreed to cut his search day short to show us his home. We continued our interview there. So, this is your house?
No, this is where I live. This is a garage.
And
This is a friend of the family.
oh, and they're letting you stay here?
Yeah, we decided that this is a better place for me. It's more centrally located.
To help in your search?
Yeah, it's made things easier. Being here, operating out of my headquarters here.
And you live here alone?
Yes, I'm no longer with my wife. We had some difficulties.
If you don't mind me asking, what was it that made you guys go separate ways?
Well, it's in a way, it's kind of has a lot to do with where I am now. She felt I was a little too free with my money, and I took that to heart, and I'm trying to live simply now. I have my pennies, and I just kind of keep a low profile.
Now you just save, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. To the extent that I'm able, yes.
Now some people might say that this is a way to meet people, maybe even women.
No, well, I meet a lot of people. I think what you're trying to get at is have I replaced the void left by my wife with the pennies? And, yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you do a lot of research about pennies.
I'm well informed about pennies, I feel.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you found?
Yeah. Pennies are the smallest unit of currency. They've changed since '82, the kind of metal in them. Pennies are made in two different places, and Denver and Philadelphia. If there's no mark on them, no mint thing under by Lincoln, then they're from Philadelphia. There could be a D or a P if they're from Denver. Pennies are no longer pure copper. Since '82, they've become copper coated. A lot of zinc and other metals in them. Pennies are really fun to put on the railroad tracks and let the train go over them. They get about this big.
Do you do that very often?
No. I'm into pennies for money too, so that would make you can't spend them if they're big and flat. Pennies can be put in the old-timey fuse boxes. It's really dangerous. If you blow a fuse and you can't find a replacement, you can put a penny in them, because they conduct electricity. Pennies, more pennies. Some people are considering making laws to get rid of the pennies because things are all becoming inflated, and I think that's very wrong. Pennies are vital. They have a history, and they're in the lore of Americana, and there's a lot of old sayings to do with the penny, and maybe we should reevaluate everything downward so the penny becomes more valuable. In the Depression, there was little plastic coins used for tax on purchases, and they were less than a penny. They were called mills. I've seen those before. Anything else you'd like to know?
I think that's quite a bit of information.
Thank you. Would you like to play some penny poker?
Well, sure.
Well, my pennies won't be on the line.
Do you have any pennies that I can borrow?
Yeah.
Thank you. That was the end of our day with Dan. I lost 8 pennies to Dan's superior poker skills. During his 5-hour search, he collected 13 pennies, and our cameraman donated 3 through various avenues. Due to a strict no filming policy at a local convenience store, we were unable to show that Dan collected 9 cents from a give a penny take a penny dish. So in total, Dan collected 35 cents today.